Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillah, para jemaah dirahmati Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Pertama dan utama sekali kita memanjatkan kesyukuran kita kepada Allah. Kita berada pada hari yang bahagia ini, pada hari Jumaat. Mudah-mudahan Allah Subhanahu wa taala memberikan kepada kita barakah dan rahmah dan menjadikan kita di antara hamba-hambanya yang bertakwa. Dan mudah-mudahan Allah membukakan bagi kita pintu kefahaman dalam agama. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Jadi insyaAllah we will take the first question for today. Question is asking, Assalamualaikum Ustaz. Waalaikumsalam. This question is important to me. I hope it can be answered. Can I know what is the aura from a Muslimah woman to another Muslimah woman? And also aura from a non-Muslim woman to another woman? This question has a relation to my important query. If a woman has some issues with vagina and the lady parts and needs to go for professional service to do waxing at the bikini area, can we have a professional Muslimah lady to do the service? If we don't do it, it will cause some issues and if our bikini skin issues. So are we Muslim women allowed to do this? Also, we can have a new checkup at a gynae from a doctor Muslimah lady. This particular question has a few things that are asked. So inshallah ta'ala, I will answer each of these queries. Point number one. Question is asking, what is the aura of a Muslimah woman to another Muslimah woman? This is the first part of the question. The answer is, it is anything that is in between the navel and the knee. So the aura of a Muslimah to another Muslimah is anything in between the navel and the knee. Meaning it is haram for a Muslimah to see the aura of another Muslimah, anything that is between the navel and the knee. Later I will speak about medication and going into the doctor. But this is the general ruling. Just like how we say that the aura of a man to another man, Muslim and to a Muslim, is anything that is in between the navel and the knee. Likewise, the aura of a Muslimah to another Muslimah is anything in between navel and the navel and the knee. This is point number one. The second part is asked, and also the aura of a non-Muslim woman to another woman. What is the aura of a non-Muslim woman to another woman? From what I understand from this question, this person is asking that if you have a woman who is a non-Muslim, what is the aura of a Muslimah towards a non-Muslim woman? This is how I understood this particular question. Pertaining to the aura of a Muslimah towards a non-Muslim, meaning she is with a non-Muslim woman. What is her aura towards her? There are some differences amongst the ulama, but before I speak about those differences, the prevailing judgment in our madhab of Imam Shafi'i, as what is mentioned by Imam Ibn Hajar al-Haythami, the aura of a Muslim woman and of a Muslimah towards a non-Muslim woman, we're not speaking about non-Muslim men, non-Muslim woman, is the parts of the body that is usually covered, except for the parts when she is in a state of working. A woman, if she is in the kitchen, for example, when she is doing her work, the part of the body that is exposed, part of the hand, some parts of her head, for example, this is the parts that can be exposed. Other than these parts, it is considered to be aura. And this is the prevailing judgment in our madhab. There are so many differences amongst other ulama. As for example, the Hanabila, the scholars of Hanbali, they mention that the aura of a Muslimah towards a non-Muslim woman is the same as the aura of a Muslimah towards a Muslim man. The aura of a Muslimah towards a Muslim man is the whole body except for the face and the hands. The Hanabalites, the Hanabila, they took any disposition. Now, so there is a bit of difference. Likewise, the Ahnaf, the scholars of the Ahnaf. So in this situation, then we find that our madhab of Imam Shafi'i is considered to be one of the lightest. There are opinions that says that it is the same, the aura of the woman is the same as another Muslimah that is in between the navel and the knee. But the opinion that is strong, that we abide to, is the opinion of Al-Imam Ibn Hajar, and this is the prevailing judgment in the madhab of Al-Imam Shafi'i. So it is not permissible for a Muslimah to remove for example her clothes normally that she wears inside her house, for example, where the neck is exposed and so on, in some parts of the body is exposed to a non-Muslim. So this is the thing that we have to be careful as a Muslimah. So this is the second part of the question. So the first part is asking about the aura of a Muslimah to another Muslimah, that is from the navel to the knee. The aura of a Muslimah towards a non-Muslim woman is the whole body except for the parts that exposed when she is working. Then the question he asked, this question has a relation to my important query. Is a woman has some issues with vagina and lady parts and needs to go for professional service to do waxing at the bikini area. Can we have a professional Muslimah lady to do the service? Yes, you can. If there is a need for some of the body parts to be exposed because of some medication, because of some issues, for example, pertaining to the skin or pertaining to having any operation, and for example, then it is permissible for the doctor to see the parts that is in need of her to ascertain about the sickness that the patient is experiencing. So if you can find a Muslimah doctor, that is the best. If you cannot find a Muslimah doctor, you can go to a doctor who is a non-Muslim. If you can find a lady, non-Muslim lady, for example, can do, then you can go to the doctor who is a non-Muslim, if you cannot find a Muslimah doctor. But of course, if you can find a Muslimah doctor, mashallah, then that is the best. If you cannot find a Muslimah doctor, then go to the doctor that is non-Muslim but lady. If you cannot find one, then only go send to the sequence, and it goes back to a Muslim doctor, male, who is a Muslim. If you cannot find, then only non-Muslim doctor who is a male, in the case you cannot find a male Muslim doctor. So the sequence is like that. And if you are a woman and you can find a lady doctor, then you have to give precedence to the lady doctor. Likewise, pertaining to gynae, that if you are going to give birth and consultation, and the best is for you to get the Muslimah gynae. And this is the thing I would like to say, to encourage our Muslimas to take up the field of medicine, becoming gynaes, becoming doctors. This is important, a lot of our community is in need of Muslimah doctors. We do not have much Muslimah doctors, and this is some of the issues that we are facing today. So out there, wallahu alam, as what I see it, because my wife has has gone through delivery a few times, and sometimes it's just difficult to get a doctor who is a Muslimah, and due to the limited availability, and sometimes it is the queue is too long, and so on and so forth. So some people might find a difficulty in finding the doctor who is a Muslimah. That is why I would like to encourage our sisters and our Muslimas to encourage your daughters, for example, if they have an interest in medicine or becoming gynae. This is what you call it, something that the society in Singapore requires. May Allah bless us and give tawfiq. And needs to go for professional service to do waxing at the bikini area. Can we have a professional Muslimah lady to do the service? And yes, you can, as what we mentioned. If we don't do it, it will cause some issues, and if our bikini skin issues. So are we Muslim women allowed to do this? Yes, and you are allowed. You are allowed to go to the doctor, and if you're experiencing some issues with your private parts, and the doctor can see your private parts, and if there is a need to. If there is a need to, can see. Because this is a totally different situation as what we mentioned earlier. Generally, the aura as what we mentioned, but If there are instances that a person needs to see the doctor, then it is permissible. Also, can we have a checkup at a gynae from a Muslimah lady? Yes, any Muslimah lady. If you can find one, alhamdulillah. If not, you can also go to the non-Muslim gynae lady, what you call it, if you have any difficulties to find a Muslimah. Wallahu a'lam bishawab. Soalan yang menanyakan, ada seorang yang menanyakan apakah aurat di antara seorang wanita muslimah dengan muslimah yang lain? Jawapannya adalah di antara apa-apa di antara pusat dengan lutut. Berkenaan dengan seorang muslimah dengan seorang wanita yang bukan muslim, apakah aurat mereka? Maka aurat yang bagi muslimah tersebut adalah sama seperti biasa, yakni seluruh badan kecuali muka dan telapak tangan, dan tambah bahagian-bahagian yang mana dia dia tidak menutupi apabila dia melakukan pekerjaannya. Apabila dia melakukan pekerjaannya seperti sebahagian daripada lengannya, sebahagian daripada muka kepalanya misalan, sebahagian daripada tengkuknya, maka ini semua dibolehkan. Tetapi selain daripada itu maka tidak dibolehkan. Maka di sini kita ada perbezaan di antara aurat seorang muslimah dengan aurat bagi seorang muslimah dengan seorang yang bukan muslim, dan ini adalah pendapat yang mu'tamad dalam mazhab al-Imam, dalam mazhab al-Imam Syafi'i. Selepas itu dia menanyakan berkenaan dengan kalau sekiranya seorang wanita ada masalah di alat kelaminnya misalnya, adakah dibolehkan dia pergi kepada doktor dan doktor melihat kepada alat kelaminnya dan doktor tersebut seorang muslimah? Dibolehkan. Kalau sekiranya dia ada penyakit, dia pergi kepada doktor dan doktor yang melihat kepada alat kelaminnya, kalau sekiranya diperlukan melakukan sedemikian, tidak ada masalah. Kalau dia dapat doktor muslimah, alhamdulillah. Kalau tidak, dia boleh pergi kepada doktor yang hatta bukan muslimah, yang bukan muslim, walaupun kalau sekiranya dia betul-betul memerlukan untuk melihat kepada bahagian kemaluannya yang doktor memerlukan untuk memastikan apakah penyakit tersebut dan sebagainya, maka Islam di sini memberikan kelonggaran. Naam. InsyaAllah kita pergi kepada soalan yang kedua. Question is asking, Assalamualaikum Ustaz, Ustazah. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Growing up, I have been afraid of cats and shy. Doesn't help that my neighbors love to feed cats that come to the level I'm staying at. This imagination of them maybe biting, scratching me since young gets to me so hard, and I have no idea how to get rid of it. Also, I can't possibly call town council, which leads to them calling SPCA, which puts them to sleep, and will lead in me not getting a place in Jannah. I can't possibly make the relationship between me and my neighbors awkward too, by telling them I need to stop feeding. It has come to a point where I don't even feel like going home, because I know the cats will be there. I know they are Rasulullah SAW favorite, but it's not in my favorite list. Please advise. Basically, this question is asking, maybe a girl or a man is asking. I believe it is a girl. She is asking that she has this phobia of being with cats, but the issue is the neighbors always feeding the cats in the flat that she is staying in, and many times when she goes back to the house there are cats loitering outside the house, and she has this phobia and she doesn't know what to do, and sometimes she doesn't want to go home just because of knowing that the cats will be there. Wallahu a'lam, sister. What I can advise is that if it is possible, you should put in some efforts to fight this fear. You should put in some effort to fight this fear. Any fear towards something can be overcome. There are people who are fearful of certain things, but after some time the fear goes off, and one of it is by having any knowledge. By having any knowledge about the thing that you fear, and this requires some effort, requires some time, requires you to meet any people, for example, who are comfortable with cats, asking for their opinions, learning about the behavior of cats and so on. This kind of knowledge can help you to overcome the fear of cats. Not because not all kind of cats that likes to bite people, for example, your fear is basically that you imagine of them biting you, or of them scratching you. Normally any cats do not bite and do not scratch unless if they are triggered. So you need to learn about what are the things that can trigger the cats. Normally if you are just walking in your corridor, that usually and most possibility is that the cats won't bite you, the cats won't scratch you. Cats are not animals that attack human beings. But when you have any experience in the past when the cats bite or the cats scratch, usually it is in a state of fear, where it feels that someone is going to harm it, for example. Then only the cat will be in a defensive mode. The cat comes to scratching or biting. So it is important for you to learn about the nature of cats. For example, there are a lot of people who are afraid of certain animals, but sometimes you see some people, they are comfortable with some animals. One of the main reasons because of knowledge. Because when you understand the nature of a particular animal, then you understand the limitations of that animal. What the animal can do to you, and what the animals cannot do to you, and what are the characteristics of that animal. This might help you to understand the thing that you fear. And this is how we should overcome any fear. There are people, for example, let me give you a simple example. There are people who are afraid of the water, of sea, of bathing in the sea, for example. But after some time, when they fight this fear by constantly doing it, for example, going into the sea and immerse themselves in water, and slowly the fear goes away. Slowly the fear goes away. Because once you come to the conclusion that you know that actually there is nothing to fear, then the fear can go away. My advice to you is to undertake this, to find out, to meet any people, for example, learn about cats and so on, so that inshallah ta'ala the fear of the cats will go away. And to me, wallahu alam, to what I look at, this is not a serious issue, not a serious issue pertaining to cats, because cats are not harmful animals. If you tell me about a particular animal that can cause real harm, then what you call it, okay, maybe we need to find another solution to the problem. But pertaining to harmless animals like cats, it's just a matter of you, how you are able to overcome the fear. As what you mentioned, you do not want to lodge a complaint to town council, because it will result in what you call it, putting the cats into harm. Or you also do not want to confront your neighbors, for example. Because the thing is, what I understand from the situation is that the neighbors like to feed the cats, and the cats are not living with the neighbors. So these cats will be there. These cats will be there. So it is a matter on how you overcome the fear, inshallah. And this something which is not difficult. It's just required some efforts. Soalan menanyakan para jemaah dirahmati Allah, ada seorang dia takut kepada kucing, dan kebetulan pula jirannya pula suka kasih makan kucing di bawah blok dan sebagainya. Jadi apabila di balik rumah, kadang-kadang ada kucing berada di depan rumah ni dan sebagainya. Jadi dia ada fobia, takut kepada kucing. Maka saya nasihatkan adalah untuk belajar tentang kucing, sebab kebiasaannya benda yang kita takut ini, kita tidak ada ilmu tentang benda tersebut. Itu sebab kita takut. Tapi kalau kita faham tentang sifat kucing, bilakah kucing gigit, bilakah kucing akan cekau dan sebagainya, maka kita dapat tahu yang sebenarnya kucing ini dia tidak akan gigit ataupun dia tidak akan cekau, kecuali kalau seseorang itu mengacaunya misalnya. Tetapi setakat kita berjalan dan sebagainya, maka kebiasaannya binatang seperti kucing ini, dia tidak akan kacau kita ataupun dia tidak akan cekau ataupun gigit dan sebagainya. Tetapi kadang-kadang bila satu orang tu ada fobia daripada kecil, dia lihat kucing dia teringat cekauan kucing. Mungkin bila dia kecil dia pernah dicekau oleh kucing dan sebagainya. Maka ini membuatnya takut dan sebagainya. Maka saya nasihatkan kita nak kena lawan takut. Kita nak lawan ini takut. Belajar tentang sifat-sifat kucing ini. Dan juga jumpa dengan orang yang suka kepada kucing dan tanya tentang bagaimana untuk belajar dengan mereka tentang kucing ini. Supaya ketakutan ini dapat dapat pergi. Itu adalah lebih baik. Dan ini adalah perkara yang biasa yang ni. Ada orang yang ni misalan dia takut kepada laut misalan, dia takut mandi laut. Ada orang yang ni dia takut pada anjing yang ni misalan. Jadi daripada sebabnya adalah kita tidak mengetahui ini binatang ini. Saya memberikan misal. Saya dulu bila pada waktu kecil takut sangat dengan anjing. Tiap-tiap kali dah nampak anjing ini rasa macam nak lari. Bila saya baca ini tentang anjing dan saya tengok ini video tentang bagaimana ini orang mengajarkan kepada kita kalau sekiranya kita sedang berjalan dan ada banyak anjing di sekitaran kita, apa yang kita perlu buat. Dan anjing ini selagi mana kita tidak lari, dia tidak akan menggigit kita. Kebiasaannya begitu. Kalau sekiranya ini kita berjalan, kalau sekiranya ada anjing misalnya, kalau kita lihat ini daripada jauh sedang kejar kita, berhenti. Ini adalah dia punya pantangnya. Kita berhenti. Selagi mana kita jalan ataupun kita cuba nak lari, di sini ini dia akan kejar. Maka saya pernah sekali, dan sebab ini saya mengatakan ini, saya pernah sekali sedang ini duduk dan anjing sedang lari menghadap saya. Dan saya teringat ini pantang ini. Saya memberanikan diri. Pertama kali ini dalam kehidupan saya beranikan diri saya. Kalau dulu kalau saya masih kecil dan sebagainya, mungkin saya akan lari ataupun dan sebagainya. Saya lihat anjing ini sedang lari ini kepada saya. Maka saya tidak bergerak sama sekali. Apabila saya tidak bergerak sama sekali, dia datang ini depan, selepas itu dia pergi. Ini adalah daripada sifat anjing, dan subhanallah, disebabkan perkara ini, maka ketakutan yang ini kepada anjing, bukan saya mengatakan saya terus tak takut kepada anjing, tetapi ketakutan saya ini kepada anjing yang dulu ini saya ada, sekarang yang ini sangat ini berkurangan. Dan maka sekarang saya kalau keluar ini di rumah ini, misalnya kalau saya nampak anjing yang sedang berlari dan sebagainya, maka saya melakukan ini perkara ini yang saya melakukan perkara yang sama. Jadi berkenaan dengan kucing, Allah alam, ini kucing kalau nak bandingkan dengan anjing, yakni berbeza yakni tentang dia punya boleh kasih kita mudarat dan sebagainya. Sebab ini kucing adalah binatang yang kebiasaan ni, masya-Allah, yakni dia tidak memberikan ini apa mudarat ini kepada manusia. Nah. Sekarang kita pergi kepada soalan yang seterusnya. Assalamualaikum Ustaz. Waalaikumsalam. Sekiranya kita kentut buang air kecil besar semasa mandi hadas besar, adakah perkara ini membatalkan? Maka ini tidak membatalkan. Ini tidak membatalkan mandi hadas besar. Yang soalan menanyakan kalau dia sedang mandi hadas. Ini apa yang saya faham daripada soalannya. Jadi kadang-kadang saya perlu mengatakan sedemikian. Ini apa yang saya faham daripada soalan. Sebab saya tidak dapat ini menanyakan kepada orang yang menanyakan soalan ini. Jadi apabila soalan ditujukan kepada saya, ini yang sentiasa saya mengatakan, apa yang saya faham ini daripada soalan ini. Apa yang saya faham adalah dia sedang mandi hadas, selepas itu dia keluar angin. Ataupun dia buang air kecil. Ataupun dia mandi hadas besar. Selepas itu dia mandi balik. Ini apa yang saya faham daripada soalan. Ini tidak membatalkan hadas besar. Ini tidak membatalkan hadas besar. Sebagai misal, satu orang sedang mandi hadas besar misalnya. Selepas itu dia keluar angin. Dan dia meneruskan mandinya. Tidak ada masalah. Sah ini mandi hadasnya. Cuma sunnahnya adalah apabila wuduknya batal, dia mengambil wuduk lagi sekali. Sebab daripada perkara yang disunatkan kita sebelum kita mandi hadas adalah kita mengambil wuduk. Adalah yang ini kita mengambil wuduk. Tapi kalau sekiranya wuduk kita batal, sedang kita mandi hadas, maka disunatkan kita mengambil wuduk sekali lagi dan kita meneruskan mandi hadas. Sama juga hukumnya kalau kita buang air kecil ataupun kita buang air besar. Question is asking, a person is bathing the obligatory bath and he farted or he urinate, and for example, does this invalidate in the bathing? No, it doesn't invalidate the bathing. But it is a sunnah for him to take the ablution again, because as what the sunnah is in bathing is to take any ablution before bathing. Then we perform the bath. But in the midst of bathing, the wudu becomes invalidated. It's sunnah to take the wudu, again. It doesn't invalidate the obligatory bath. Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam. I am a student currently in madrasah. Now because of this cannot see. I am a student of knowledge currently studying in one of the madrasas in Singapore. I'm very thankful for all of the ilmu that my Asatizah have shared with me, as it impacted greatly on my ibadah and daily activities. But the problem with me is that the more I learn, the more I get riya, and there is kibr in my heart. I keep thinking that I'm better than my Asatizah, even though it's very clear that they are higher in knowledge than me. I know that they have more experience than me, and they are the ones who shared their knowledge to me in the first place. But in my mind, I have this thought, and secretly, if I'm older, I go to the Islamic university and learn more, then my Asatizah will eventually more knowledgeable than them. The thing is, I know it's wrong, but I keep thinking like this, and it has been bothering me for very long, as I find it very hard to get rid of this feeling. I keep feeling like I'm better in knowledge than people, even though it's clear that my Asatizahs are better than me. I keep thinking that in the end, I will eventually be more cleverer than them, because I learned more during my childhood than them. And I know that this is extremely wrong and very bad and spurious, but it's really hard for me, and my heart isn't at peace. It feels super heavy due to these feelings. Can you help me? Question is asking, this is a question from one of the students and in one of the madrasas and in Singapore, and he or she is asking that he feels that he's better than his Asatizahs at times, and that if he goes overseas and he comes back, and he'll be better than them in knowledge. And to him, and this is riya, this is a form of ostentation, and a form of showing off of his, or seeing greatness in himself, and he is having this dilemma. So how is he able to go through this feeling? So what I understand from this particular question is that a person is saying to himself that, point number one, that he is going to be better than his Asatizah, than his teachers, once he goes abroad and study in the Islamic universities and return. So this basically the worry what I understood from this question. So let me explain. There are certain things in Islam that it is permissible for you to have what you call it, jealousy in. Jealousy in general is not permissible in Islam. Jealousy in the Islamic terminology, it is called al-hasad. So there is a difference between hasad and riya. Riya is basically you are trying to show off. You are trying to show off that what you call it, you're showing off to people of your superiority, for example, that you feel in yourself. Hasad is jealousy. There is another terminology in tasawwuf, we call it ribta. Ribta is a form of jealousy, but it is in a good form. For example, there are two main things in ribta. Number one, if you see a person who is knowledgeable, and you are jealous of him. Is this wrong in Islam? No, this is not wrong. You are jealous because of his knowledge. You are jealous of, let me give you an example. A person he sees a scholar, a great Islamic scholar, for example, and he is jealous in the sense that he sees this person, mashallah, and he has a lot of knowledge, and I want to be better than him. I want to study hard, and I want to be better than him. There is no harmony in this, because this is jealousy in the good way. Jealousy in the good way. You are not being jealous to harm this person. If you have the intention to harm him, then it's another thing. But you are just basically giving motivation to yourself that you want to be better than him. There is no harm. And this is something that is encouraged in Islam. That when you see a person doing ibadah, for example, a person who recite the Quran for example more than you. For example, your friend recite one juz of the Quran daily, and you do not recite that much, and you are jealous in a way that you want to be better than him. Is this a good form of jealousy? Yes, it is a good form of jealousy. It motivates you to read the Quran more. A person performs Qiyamul Layl, you do not perform Qiyamul Layl. You want to be better than him, and you start to put in efforts. That is good for you. Do not think this is haram for you. No, it's not haram, it is encouraged. That's why in the Quran Allah says, فَلْيَتَنَافَسِ الْمُتَنَافِسُونَ. So you have to race with one another. Race, tanafus. In the Quranic term we call it tanafus. But tanafus based on what? Tanafus based on making ourselves closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We race with one another. You see someone he has knowledge, so we tell ourselves, I want to seek knowledge I want to be better than him. Someone he makes a lot of ibadah. You feel this kind of jealousy. You want to be better for example. There is no harm. But your objective must be correct. This is the important thing. Your objective is to attain the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not for the sake having any the pleasure of beating him. But it is any to attain the pleasure of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, but using any our peers any as our benchmark any in the sense that we want to motivate any ourselves, that we want any to be better. That is why it is encouraged any for us any to travel, encourage any for us any to mix any people any, for example, to learn any about the Salihin and so on, so that any we can put any a certain benchmark any, so that we know that we are far from Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. When you look at these people, mashallah, these people are closer to Allah, then at least any you have a vision. You are not any deluded any by yourself into thinking that you are the best. There are people any who are much any better than you. There are people any who are much knowledgeable any than you. So this effort any has to continue. So by you any saying any you want to go overseas and you want to be better any than Asatizah, I encourage this, that you look any into this, that you go overseas, have the motivation any to seek knowledge. This is the problem any of our students nowadays, lack of motivation. People any go overseas and to study in universities just for the sake of attaining any degree, go back and to have any job. This is a big any issue, a big any problem. We have any to find ways any to motivate any ourselves any to become any better. The situation any that we are living any today, in the future any requires a high degree of Islamic any scholarship, because the situations and the problems any the ummah any is facing is far much worse any than the past. So today the challenges any that and Ustaz any is facing towards any the Muslim any society is far much greater any than you speaking about 20 years ago. So the level any of knowledge that has to be that a person has to equip himself in da'wah ilallah is far much greater any than those any in the past. So this is the thing any that we have to understand, and the importance any of equipping any ourselves any with knowledges and motivating any ourselves any to become the best, to become any the best. So I would like any to encourage any the person any who asks any this question, that there is no harm any in having any these feelings. And it doesn't mean any that you look down on your Asatizah. This is another thing. You want to be better than them, no harm, but do not any come any to a state anywhere you look down any on them. Now this is any the problem. So whatever it is any, we have to respect any the people any who teach us knowledge, especially any knowledge any of Islam. So there must be a balance and in all these things. May Allah Subhanahu wa Taala bless all of us and with taufiq. Soalan yang menanyakan, ada seorang pelajar madrasah di Singapura. Dia mengatakan dia ada dia lihat kepada ustaz-ustaznya ataupun guru-gurunya di madrasah, dan dia ada keinginan untuk menjadi lebih baik daripada mereka. Ini sikit lebih kurang ni soalan ini. Jadi dia nak keluar negeri nanti, nak belajar di universiti dan balik nak menjadi lebih baik daripada mereka. Dan dia risau, dia mengatakan ini mungkin satu perkara yang salah. Maka saya mengatakan ini bukan perkara yang salah. Ini adalah perkara yang baik pada hakikatnya. Cuma kita nak kena berjaga-jaga. Ada perkara-perkara yang ada beberapa perkara yang kita nak kena jaga. Iaitu, ini kita dalam Islam kita ada istilah ribtah. Ribtah ini maksudnya kita rasa cemburu atas seorang yang diberikan ilmu, ataupun cemburu seorang melakukan ibadah, kita nak jadi lebih baik daripadanya. Ini adalah perkara yang baik. Kita selalu nak kena aim tinggi. Jangan ini kita aim yang rendah yang ni. Kita nak kena aim jadi seorang yang lebih tinggi daripada itu. Jadi kalau kita tak dapat yang tinggi pun, kita dapat yang terbaik ini maksudnya. Jadi dalam Islam ini begitu. Jadi tidak ada masalah yang ni seseorang itu kita mengatakan ada cita-cita yang ini seperti itu, maka ini digalakkan. Kita lihat ada orang melakukan solat tahajud, kita tak melakukan solat tahajud. Jadi kita nak melakukan solat tahajud untuk lebih jadi baik, lebih daripada dia misalan. Tidak ada masalah. Tetapi niat kita mesti ikhlas kepada Allah. Bukan ini niat ini setakat ini untuk berbangga-bangga, ataupun yang ni untuk kita lupa akan Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Ini lagi satu perkara yang saya ingatkan tadi. Jadi maksud kita mesti faham, niat kita adalah kerana Allah. Kita belajar kerana Allah, bukan kerana selain Allah. Kita beribadat pun sama juga. Tetapi dalam masa yang sama perlu untuk kita nak kena memberikan perangsang ini kepada diri kita akan kepentingan ini untuk kita mendekatkan diri kepada Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Dan tidak ada masalah kita melakukan kayu ukuran ini bagi mereka-mereka di sekitaran kita. Allah mengatakan falyatanafasil mutanafisun, maka hendaklah kita berlumba-lumba untuk mendapatkan keridaan Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Walhamdulillahirabbil alamin.